Hello, loves. So, I just want to talk about knowing who you are. When you know who you are, none of these demonic spirits can get to you. Once you are confident within yourself and you know that you are the true, authentic person that you are and you trust your discernment, maybe for some time in your life, maybe people have tried to get you to not believe your discernment. Maybe for a while you might have thought, they got to you. Maybe they convinced you that you were delusional, or that you're just paranoid, or that you don't know what you're talking about. So you would go do work on yourself, because that's the type of person that we are. Anytime things happen, we go and do the work on ourselves, and we reflect on ourselves, and we go to God. And throughout time, God will show you that you have to trust your discernment. Maybe God will put you through a really big test, and that will awaken you to know who you really are and what your spiritual gifts are of seeing and knowing and hearing and feeling. Your discernment, God will show you that it's the truth. And sometimes we have to go through things, and sometimes, you know, we haven't trusted it in the past, but we trust it now. And a lot of these demonic spirits, they didn't want you to trust it. So they don't like that you are going to know who you are and trust what you see and know and feel and hear. And as long as you know who you are, these demonic spirits will flee from you because they can't get to you anymore. They can't make you feel a certain way. They can't make you insecure. They can't take your energy anymore. You are a mirror to them. So if you see any of these people around that maybe you knew in the past or whatever, they will most likely stay away from you and ignore you and act like you were nothing or that you were invisible. But instead of them seeing that you are a gift from God, that you are the real, true, authentic person, the real healer, the real lover, the real person who does not lie, the real person who has great wisdom, instead of them seeing you as a gift, they tore you down, tore you apart because they are empty on the inside and they wanted you to feel exactly how they feel on the inside. They wanted to take all of that away from you. And that is because it's spiritual warfare. The demons, they go to an empty vessel who is vulnerable, that hasn't done work on themselves probably their whole lives. The demonic spirit resides within them because they won't take accountability. They won't look at themselves. They are prideful, egotistical. But really, on the inside, they are very deeply wounded and insecure. And that is what they try to put on you. They want to put all of their burdens onto you. They want to find a vessel just like you, who is of true authenticity. You reside with the Holy Spirit within you. You have a wonderful light and energy. So they want to trade energies with you. But, you know, as we go on through life and we learn these things, we start to see even more clearer and clearer every single time. Maybe God had put us through certain situations where we couldn't see that clear for a reason, because sometimes God doesn't reveal everything all at once. He wants you to become stronger and wiser through situations so that it could help you on your path and your destiny later on, and so you can help people. So a lot of times, sometimes God won't expose things right away, but once you have an ascension and an awakening and you really truly realize who you are, God has decided to expose to you at the right time. Everything is all God's timing. And when you do have that awakening and you ascend, everything becomes so clear to you that these people can't touch you anymore. You know, their whole purpose is to throw you off balance. They want to make you feel a certain kind of way. They do not like it that you got away. They don't like it that you got away and you healed and you bounced back like really fast. They expected you to be down because that's who they are on the inside. That is who they truly are. And so they want to try to make you feel bad just because they have the guilt and the shame within them. And they will treat you a certain kind of way if you ever see them around town or in public somewhere. They'll treat you like you're an enemy. They'll treat you like you are nothing, like you don't matter. But all you have to do is know who you are and go to God. It could be triggering, because we're very empathetic people. We loved these people. We gave them chance after chance. Even though we started to uncover with our discernment, we could see a lot of things going on within them. We gave them more than enough chances, some of them. Some of them got more than enough chances, and instead of them taking us as a gift from God and growing and learning from it, they decided they wanted to do the worst and continue to do the worst. And they want to keep that narrative about you, you know, whatever they made up the stories to try to make it look like you were the bad one. They want to keep that narrative up within their friend group or the community or wherever, whatever the case might be. So they have to act a certain way to try to make you feel like you are unworthy and insecure. That's exactly what they want, and that's what they've always wanted. Even though in the beginning, they acted very sincere and very loving, and they acted like they cared, but it was all a fake act until you started figuring things out. And so of course they didn't like that. But all you have to do is just continue to know who you are, walk in your confidence, do your best not to let any of these people bother you because that is what they want. Go to God with anything if you have any unresolved feelings inside that make you feel sad about what they did. Like you just can't believe it. You thought you were in love or you thought that was your really good friend or family member. And God exposes everything and everyone for a reason because these people cannot go with us on our path. So you have to walk in confidence with who you are with God and who God has made you to be. He has chosen you to be this spiritual warrior to combat these battles. He is using you to expose people, these demonic spirits, because this is warfare, spiritual warfare between God and Satan. And so we are being used to vindicate God's name. And of course, God is going to lift you up above and beyond these people in the end. They always get karma right away, within themselves, within their minds, they're suffering inside. Even if things on the outside don't look like it, they are being tormented mentally within their minds. They know what they've done and they just keep shoving things down and making it worse instead of, making things right within whatever the lies were that they spread or whatever, instead of admitting that they were wrong. That takes a lot of humility, and they don't have that because they think that they are perfect, and they think that they don't do anything wrong. And if you had any kind of reactions towards their abuse, their mental abuse, their gaslighting, if you had any kind of reactions, they use that against you instead of taking a look at why you might have reacted, you know? And so just keep walking in who you are and know who you are, that God made you for this, for a reason. And God will lift you up. He will give you all of your confidence back. He will heal you miraculously. All you got to do is believe and have faith that God is right there for you as long as you submit yourself and call on Him. Just a little bit of faith as a mustard seed, that's all it takes. And God will lift you up. And God will get you through all of this because that is what He made us for. And just be confident in who you are and know who you are. Whenever these people try to come against you, just keep knowing exactly who you are and say, I will not believe the lie of the devil. If these people try to get to you in your mind or your heart, because that's what they want. They want to attack your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your your discernment, your wisdom, your creativity, your wealth. They want to take all of those gifts from you. So they want to try to attack who you are. But just say, I will not believe the lie of the devil. I know who I am. Stand firm with God and know who you are every time. And you will just continue to grow and be uplifted. And you are always going to be the winner in the end, no matter what it looks like and no matter what these immature, insecure, demonic spirits that have no control over God, they do not have all the power. They think they have the power. They try to act like they have the power by being overbearing and, you know, acting like they are better, doing all these horrible things, that is not how adults act. For one thing, I mean, a lot of these people are grown adults and they are acting this way. That is very immature. And so just know who you are and don't let them, you cannot let anyone take away who you are or make you feel a certain kind of way. You cannot let them have the control over your feelings and how you feel, and you cannot let them have the control over making you feel insecure or sad, or a lot of them, they want you to feel a certain way and want you to come running back for attention, or oh but wait, they want you to you know, have ask for, more of an apology. We don't need any of that. We already know. We already know what happened and what went on. God made it clear to us.